Ever get that feeling? Like you're putting yourself out there online, sharing your thoughts and passions, and it's like crickets. It's a crowded space out there. It's a challenge to stand out. Yeah. And we all want to find our audience, connect with people who get us. It's not just about broadcasting, it's about building those genuine connections. And it's tough, but that's why we're here. So you're thinking about taking the leap, putting yourself out there, becoming a content creator. Where do you even begin? You've got to start with that first impression. Super important. Like having a killer profile picture, a banner that pops, something that makes you stop scrolling, grabs your attention right away. Why is that so important? I mean, your content's the thing that really matters, right? Content is king, but think about it. You're scrolling through, see a profile that looks, I don't know, amateurish, yeah, or just doesn't grab you. You might not even click through to see the content, even if it's amazing. Yeah, it's almost like judging a book by its cover, right? Unfortunately, it's a bit like that online. People make those snap judgments. They do. A polished look signals you're serious about what you do. It builds trust. Exactly. Whether you're building a personal brand or you're trying to grow a business, that first impression can make a huge difference. Okay, so you've got your channel looking sharp. You're ready to go. Now, who are you actually talking to? $1 million question. Right. Who is your audience? That's where defining your niche comes in and understanding your competition, right? Like knowing your space. It's all about that. Say you're, I don't know, a vintage fashion enthusiast. You're creating awesome content about vintage clothing. Great niche. There are tons of other vintage fashion creators out there. Tons. So how do you stand out? That's where researching your competition becomes super valuable. Okay, who are the major players in that space? What are they doing well? What are their strengths? Yeah, and maybe more importantly, what are they missing? So you can find those gaps. Maybe everyone's focusing on high-end vintage and you see an opportunity to provide more accessible, affordable options. Oh, like a thrifting angle. Exactly. That becomes your unique selling point, right? You can tailor your content to target that specific audience. So it's kind of like putting on your detective hat a little bit. It is. Figuring out the landscape. You've got to do your research, and it's not just a one-time thing. The online world is constantly changing. Trends, platforms, it's always evolving. You got to stay on top of it. Keep your ear to the ground. So basically, you're telling me, yeah, you got to have that strong visual presence. Grab people's attention. Then do your homework, know your audience, figure out what you uniquely bring to the table. That's the recipe. Be ready to adapt, right? The online world never stands still. So true. Always learning, always evolving. It's exciting though. So many possibilities. So for anyone out there listening, thinking about starting your own channel, creating content, what's your story? What makes you different? What do you want to share with the world? I love that. Don't be afraid to experiment. Try new things. Find your voice. We've only scratched the surface here. There's a whole universe of information and strategies out there, a whole lot to explore. Hopefully this gives you a good starting point, some food for thought, a foundation to build on. If you found this helpful, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this with anyone who might be on their own content creation journey. Spread the knowledge. Until next time, keep creating, keep exploring.